So this is the Leroy and Lewis truck before Leroy and Lewis had it. It is a Smoky Denmark, or was Smoky Denmark's white food truck. So they were selling sausages, briskets out of that. After Smoky Denmark, like I said, Leroy and Lewis picked it up. They started doing their craft smoked meats. And then I've kind of gone back from just doing a special cuts like Leroy and Lewis, kind of dialing it back a little bit and doing more, combining craft with like traditional. Seeing some success from selling sandwiches, hence the name Smoky Buns. I actually started selling just barbecue sandwiches. Here's our menu on a couple trays here. We have our brisket, that's center cut. We do source this locally in Texas, out of Cameron, Texas and McLaren Farms. Here are our Chairman's Reserve spare ribs. We do salt, pepper, garlic on these. Then we have our salt, pepper, garlic, and same poultry seasoning we'll use here on our sliced pork belly. We have our chicken quarter right over here, our turkey, and then our house-made sausages. So we have a salt, pepper, garlic right over here. Pretty simple, juicy. We have our poblano Oaxaca cheese. Our house sauces, so our avocado crema right over here, our sweet and tangy barbecue sauce right over here. It's a tomato base and ketchup. Right over here we have our most popular side, is our pork belly fried rice, garnished with green onion. And we have our macaroni salad with the roasted corn, edamame, cucumber, topped off with furikake rice seasoning. Our pickles, onions, house potato salad, that mix of mayo and mustard that we garnish with chili powder. Then we have our street corn, or it's our brisket elote. So it's crema, tajin, cotija cheese with our smoked brisket, corn, and then our dessert is our 5-ounce scratch-made cheesecake. Can't wait to feed you. Hi, my name is Jesse Escobedo. We're here at Smoky Buns, my food truck in Round Rock, Texas. Smoky Buns is something that we started out of my backyard. I went through a layoff from the cybersecurity wave of tech layoffs in Austin, Texas. And that led me to finally pulling the trigger on starting barbecue. My wife and close friends urged me to start this a lot sooner before the layoffs. But I think that we use that event of the layoffs to pull the trigger and invest in myself and starting a barbecue business. Initially, when I got into barbecue, at least when I thought I was doing barbecue right or on the right path, I started with a hybrid charcoal and propane cooker, and I started with brisket, which Texas is known for brisket, so I wanted to perfect that. And the briskets were awful, very bad, chewy, rubbery, no bark. No smokiness, obviously, because it's a propane. So I wanted to dial it back. Rather than investing in doing briskets, I did pork butts. So when I did pork butts, it was a lot more manageable financially. Time-wise, not too much of a difference at the time. And I was able to get the hang of what things should feel like, but I wasn't getting that look of the bark and the smokiness. So I got a small offset from Academy, and then that's when I started getting wood and just smoking briskets and pork butts that way. I noticed a huge improvement. From then on, I decided to do pop-ups in kitchens, commercial kitchens and bars. Not permitted or anything like that at the time, but you know, I was doing what I had to do, so I did that. And then shortly after seeing some success from selling sandwiches, hence the name Smoky Buns, I actually started selling just barbecue sandwiches. So that's where Smoky Buns comes from. And I decided to get a 115. So I had a 115 gallon smoker. And from then on, I started cooking more things, smoking more things, ribs, baby backs, spare ribs, all sorts of stuff, beef ribs. When I bought the food truck, shortly after, that's whenever I decided to get into a propane tank. It's a 250. I got that last year, right around March of last year, so about a year from now, or back then. I got the 250. I've now outgrown that, and I'll have a 500 gallon either next month, well, we're in February or March, I'll have a 500 gallons. So I've slowly grown, not just in the smokers, but also how I smoked. I'm learning actually how to manage fire, and I've learned a lot about it not just being burning wood and smoking meat. So in the time of me upgrading smokers, I decided to buy the food truck, or buy a food truck. I was looking for a food truck for weeks actually, and I text a picture. I actually tried Leroy and Lewis. I took a picture, texted to my friend who's in the automotive industry. I asked him, how much money or time do you think it would take to build out a delivery truck? He was like, a lot of time, a lot of money. He's like, that's a really cool truck though. I was like, yeah, it is. I'd like to have something like this one day. It's perfect. Fast forward a little bit, I own it now. So this is the Leroy and Lewis truck. Before Leroy and Lewis had it, it is a Smoky Denmark, or was Smoky Denmark's white food truck. So they were selling sausages, briskets out of that. After Smoky Denmark, like I said, Leroy and Lewis picked it up. They started doing their craft smoked meats. And then I've kind of gone back from just doing a special cuts like Leroy and Lewis, kind of dialing it back a little bit and doing more, combining craft with like traditional Texas barbecue. I don't do the sausage horseshoe links, but I'll do those craft style here. This is the Smoky Buns menu right over here. So we'll have 2 of our spreads. We have a main squeeze and a smoke show. So 4 different meats, 6 different meats, 2 different sides, or 2 sides and 3 sides over here. We'd really want to highlight these because a lot of people will come asking for meat by the pound. And what we'd typically tell them is, if you're looking for meat by the pound, main squeeze or the smoke show, the portion size anywhere from a 1/4 pound to a 1/3 pound, depending on the meat. So we like to highlight these at the very top, and then we'll have our options, meat options over here, and our plates over here. So we'll have spare ribs, chicken quarters, our house sausage. We'll have a poblano Oaxaca cheese. We call it an OP. So Oaxaca poblano cheese, sliced pork belly, turkey breast, and our brisket. Our brisket is Texas beef. So it's out of Cameron, Texas, McLaren Farms. So we do use Texas beef. And then here are our plates. We have a 3 meat, 2 meat, and 1 meat. Most popular plates are the 3 meat and 2 meat. Typically people don't come from a 1 meat. And if they do want 1 meat, they'll go with our sandwiches. So we'll have pulled chicken. So we'll take a chicken quarter, pull it all apart fresh. We'll toss in some sauce. We have our sausage sandwich, which is actually very popular as well. Pork belly, and then brisket. And then we have our sides. So our sides are very unique in terms of what you'll see at different barbecue spots. So we have pickled sweet peppers. We take poblano, Anaheim, jalapeno, and bell pepper, and we'll brine them in a kind of like a cowboy candy, so they're sweet and pickled. Then we'll have our house potato salad. We use a mix of Hellmann's and mustard. We do chopped celery, hard-boiled egg, mix that in there with some apple cider vinegar, some other seasonings to give it a nice refreshing bite. And then we have our QP macaroni salad. So we don't have macaroni and cheese as of today. We have a mac salad. So we take macaroni, we take QP mayo, Hellmann's again, we mix that together. We'll roast corn and edamame in butter, mix that in. Once that's all incorporated, then we'll mix in some cucumber, and then we'll top it off some rice seasoning. It's called furikake rice seasoning. And then the pork belly fried rice. I know it's kind of odd seeing fried rice at barbecue joints, but the fried rice, what we do is we take our pork belly that we smoke, we'll chop it up, dice it, mix it in there with some chicken bouillon, some butter, some other seasonings, and then we hold it for service. And these are our sides. The most popular side we have is the pork belly fried rice. We have our sodas for a couple bucks, water. This is one thing I'd like to highlight as well, is barbecue is best eaten fresh. Please sit down and eat with us or dine with us. I firmly believe that once you cut into brisket or most other meats, it's a quick death. They start to dry out fairly quickly. So please dine in with us. And then we just added a 5-ounce cheesecake made from scratch as well. So we use Mexican vanilla in that to give it a different twist, but still staying unique to familiar but different barbecue. We do use Chief Firewood as well. So they supply us, it's a 100% post oak is what we use for all of our meats as of today. We just feel like it's a good smoky but not overpowering flavor to the meats. We do use post oak, and we use Javier at Chief Firewood. Shout out to Javier. So Smoky Buns is, I've mentioned that we're familiar but different. The reason for that is we wanted to bring a taste of home to barbecue. So the fried rice is actually something that we would eat at home ourselves. It wasn't on the menu. We would make ourselves when I wasn't selling out of pork belly. So we would eat that at home. We loved it. I made a trip out to BBQ, and I was inspired by their rice and pork dish, their side dish. So, and I told myself that I want to bring more of that to the food truck, more of the taste of our home to the food truck. So that's where the fried rice comes from. My wife is Chinese, or she's Chinese American, born in Houston. Her mom is from Hong Kong, and her dad is from Guangzhou, China, which is in South China. And he is a retired chef of Chinese cuisine. So he has helped a lot in terms of like the flavoring and sauces and stuff like that we'll test for specials, and also for the rice, of course. In a sense that we are traditional in our meats, so we do salt, pepper, garlic, spare ribs, salt and pepper only, kosher salt, 16 mesh black pepper on the brisket, and then we'll do our own seasonings in-house for our sausages, and everything else is a very straightforward seasoning, nothing too out of the norm that you would find at like traditional old school barbecue spots. We really want to focus on the cook more so than the seasoning. And then the seasonings, we don't offer anything outside of the pork belly, fried rice, and smokiness in our sides, because we want the sides to stand out. We want the meat to stand out in smokiness and the sides to stand out in flavor and freshness. Our family, so my side of the family is Mexican American. I've already mentioned my wife's Chinese American. So we bring a lot of that to the food truck. We weren't necessarily a house of faith actually until last year. I found God, so I think that has helped bring more success than I anticipated, and just kind of help get the word out. We've had one influencer come by. I reached out, before reaching out to her name is Jules the ATX. She blew me up on Instagram. Before I reached out to her, I reached out to like 40 or 50 different influencers. None of them got back to me, and she was the only one. I think that it was a gift. So another thing that I'd like to add is I am fully invested in the lot. So this is my lot. I have plans on building it out. Some of my regulars will notice that I've put parking down. I've made some changes with the covered seating, benches, and the overall layout. I intend on continuing to add to the property and it being more of a place of community to come together. But yeah, I want to make it family friendly. I do need y'all's help to come and support us. That would be huge for y'all to keep coming and supporting us, so that we can continue building it out, adding more parking, more things for families and stuff like that. Yeah, so come check us out. We're open Fridays and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. or until we're sold out. Best to come before 2 or 3 on Fridays and Saturdays. We do intend on opening up another day, being that I've got a 500 on the way. We do want to open up a weekday and have a weekday menu that's totally different from what I've gone over, but we do want to slowly grow as we get more customers. And then in terms of community, I ran my first event last year for charity for the Round Rock Area Serving Center. So I'd like to be able to run more of those. If y'all can come support us, you'll see a lot more of those out of us too. The Round Rock Area Serving Center is it's a charity for Round Rock. When I went there, it's like a food pantry. So they were giving away food for the needy, and they offer clothes and stuff, very inexpensive, and they're very focused on the city of Round Rock as well. So that's who I've made a donation to from our last charity. Do Greek yogurt. That's what we use. It helps it from breaking. This is actually one of our sides. When I first started, I would do street corn, but I didn't do it like this. I didn't do it loaded with brisket. We just had it as a side, and we use crema, our house-made avocado crema. We use that, but I'd noticed that the corn would get soggy and deflate, mostly because of the issue with the moisture and the crema and mayonnaise breaking. So we've transitioned to Greek yogurt, which has seen a huge improvement to keeping it hold better for service. It's in between street corn and a dip, actually. What we do with the turkey is we smoke it. We pull it at 155, it'll carry over to 160. We season it with salt, pepper, garlic, and then we do a house chili powder mix with ancho chili powder, guajillo chili powder. That's our turkey. Nice and juicy. Pull apart. Get some more slices in here. This is our chicken quarter. Pretty straightforward smoke on it. We get it to where the skin is bite through. This isn't rubbery or anything like that. Full chicken quarter. Season it with salt, pepper, garlic, and the same poultry seasoning we use for the turkey. Ancho guajillo, ancho chili powder and guajillo chili powder. So this is our pork belly, one of our slabs here. I take skin on pork belly, de-skin it myself to get as close and as thick as possible to these pork belly slabs. Juicy, tender pork belly. These are our ribs. This is how we hold them. Saran wrap. Keep the moisture in. Keep the dryness out. Here is our salt, pepper, garlic ribs. And I need to sauce them. Smoky, juicy, tender. One of our briskets here, pulled out of the warmer. Turn around this way. We get some center cuts. Lean side, we got our center cuts right over here. This is my favorite of the two. So you got a lot of the point end, lean end down here, still very tender, moist. Here's the money shot.
Yeah.
Salt, pepper, garlic, and post oak. Don't squeeze your meat. Thanks again, Kevin's Barbecue Joints, for stopping by and visiting us. You can find us at 311 Highland States Drive in Round Rock, Texas. You can find us on social media. So our handle is at Smoky_Buns. And that's across all three: Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We also have an online website where you can order food. It's limited, but it is there. So you can order some food from us online.